what it is, what it look like. Get down.
Welcome to Las Películas Sábados Gigantes at the Cinemarijuana Theatre. That's right. The shitlords of cinematic scrutiny coming at you with another dose of cinematic analysis, courtesy of Underberg in Hollywood. Today we are here to talk about a little film from 2014 selected by Cody, What We Do in the Shadows.
Yay.
So that's what we're here to talk about today. So let's get introductions out of the way. For the Cinemarijuana Theatre, I'm Ed.
I'm Kenzie.
I'm Chris.
All right. So this is a movie that we're going to have Little Milk give you a description of the synopsis
Yeah.
right now.
Or
Wait,
do you want to do Underberg?
You know what? Thanks for that suggestion because I do want to do this Underberg
Yeah,
first.
let's do Underberg and
Thank
then
you.
we'll talk.
That's exactly what we'll do. You
That's
hear?
the sound of Underberg.
That's the straw paper coming off the bottle, and this is Chris's favorite part where
Here's
he
my
gets
cap.
he gets to smell the under aroma.
Under Roma?
Are you allergic,
Underaroma?
Chris?
Yeah.
He likes to pretend that he is
Anise.
because he
No,
won't.
I can't drink
Oh,
anise.
okay. He really is.
Darn it.
All right. Well, hey, this is what we do in the podcast.
We're
What?
drinking virgin blood.
That's right. This
All
is
Underberg.
for Stew.
Cool.
I'm gonna drink Mountain Dew Pitch Black because I'm not allergic to anything in here. It probably is bad for me. But
It's pitch black like the night that the vampires of this film inhabit.
Like the shadows?
good stuff.
Very good. Excellent. All right.
Oh, I think it's black cherry.
Kenzie, tell us about this motherfucking movie.
Okay.
What happened?
This movie is a documentary about these vampires that live together in a house. So it's kind of like, like real world style. Only
The
it's
real
about
vampire world.
vampires and they live together. And they don't face the struggles that you might think they would face, but they face struggles like some housemates not doing the dishes, which is funny because they're vampires.
The same struggles that you and I might face.
Yeah, exactly. So, it was a good look into these misunderstood creatures.
There you go.
Yeah.
A good,
Yeah.
good peek into the life.
Very informational.
Slice o' life.
Yeah.
Okay. Cinematic slam piece in this? Anybody you wanted to do it to?
Sure.
I'm sure any number of the stars of this film would be pleased to hear this.
Yeah, I like the main character, the main one.
I've got the
What
guy,
are their names?
I've got the Vladislav. Jermaine plays
Not him, but I would do him.
Vladislav.
He was the funniest.
Let's see.
Yeah, he's so
Yeah,
funny.
he's pretty rad. Jermaine was Vladislav.
Not Deacon.
Viago.
Viago.
Yes,
Okay.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he's cute, but I thought he was
Waititi.
gay the whole time.
Okay. Well, I think you kind of.
He's
he certainly
a
is.
dandy, so.
Yeah, he is kind of a dandy from the time that was a thing. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
But, these are vampires, and I don't know. I would probably bang any one of them just
What-
because they're
what about Stu?
vampires.
What about
the
Stu?
Immortal seed.
No, he's just a regular human.
What about Twilight?
Yeah.
Would their semen live inside you forever? Would it just be endlessly pursuing your ovaries?
Let's not
Well,
get into the science
theoretically,
of
couldn't
this.
they even not get an erection in the first
Yeah,
place?
they'd have
No
to. They'd
blood
have,
pressure.
Well, there's no blood pressure.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, no blood pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no blood circulating. They dead.
That makes the whole vampire.
Straight up.
So eternal
reminds me of
impotent
something.
life. Sorry.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'll talk about it in my 3 minutes, 3 words.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
You got us all on the edge of our seat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I should give you some seeds and stems on this film. It's from 2014, released on June 19th, 2014. And I think that was the U.S. release date because I know, from what I understand, there was some crowdfunding necessary to
Yeah.
bring it over to the shores of the good old U.S. of A., and thank goodness they did.
Yeah.
Directed by Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi, who were both in the film as Vladislav and Viago, respectively, and it was also written by them.
Right.
Although the majority of the film, from what I understand, was improv.
Right.
But the script also, I guess, was 150 pages, but on set they kind of sort of embraced their natural comedic nature. And
they're a couple of funny guys.
yeah, they are. And that's the beauty of digital photography these days. Cody and I talk about it all the time. It's wonderful. Shit like Tim and Eric would never have been possible back in the day. I'm sure to the chagrin of some, the delight of others, but the ability to not spend money on the to be able to record endlessly, and just hours and hours and hours being costing you as much as 2 seconds, really affords you a lot of possibility in terms of what you can capture, especially if you're improv minded.
Like we're demonstrating right now.
Like these guys, yeah. Okay. And it was filmed in Wellington, New Zealand. We're back in New Zealand again.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
After having slammed that country
Land
and its
of the
peoples
Kiwis.
so heinously in a previous podcast.
You did.
I think John started it.
Oh, well, John started.
Well, I don't think we did.
love
I think we discussed it. I think we weren't sure. It's not a subject that there's a lot of videos on YouTube instructing me how I should feel about. So I don't know how to go forward and deal with this. So it was an important discussion we had.
Oh, that's
I
right.
think.
Yeah, well, it was jokingly anyway. It was made in jest.
I think.
I don't think we love Kiwis.
Indeed.
Is the point. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's get the fuck out of this and get into 3 minutes, 3 words. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenzie, do you want to give us the timer on this as we are John Free, our resident timekeeper, is off keeping time in another match elsewhere.
I've got it ready.
Okay, who's going first?
Do you want to talk about Cody, who picked the movie? Because he had
that's
notes?
a great idea.
Good
Okay,
call.
he actually sent me. He sent me some remarks that I will bring up and read to you right now.
Okay.
As he was not able to be here today, but certainly felt it would have been irresponsible of him to not say his piece.
Right.
Good guy.
So Cody writes, and this is actually written. So these are his exact words. So any complaints, direct right at him.
Take it up with him.
Yes, he's a very controversial young man. Having seen this film before, I suspected it might be something that would be in Las Películas Sábados Gigantes' wheelhouse. What We Do in the Shadows sports a categorically clever premise with outstanding performances from its cast. Given the improvisational nature of the comedy, it could have easily been an overlong, lifeless mess, but at only 86 minutes, they did a great job of cutting the fat and keeping the pace light and fast. As a fan of genre filmmaking, it was refreshing to see that the movie went for laughs while still providing practical effects, fun monsters, and bloody violence. With a lot of experienced talent behind it, this vampire flick turns modern comedy conventions on their head by offering a unique, stylish tone and perspective. Overall, I thought the movie was a blast from start to finish, making the most of its interesting setup. My 3 words for this film are bloody, boisterous, brilliant. Well,
his voice sounds just like yours.
it does. Well, also, he's showing off those college writing chops that I enjoy. That I enjoy so much. So
it's always nice.
It's heartwarming
Classing
to read that. See that 4.0 GPA is not for nothing. So there we have it. All right, Cody. That's Cody's 3 minutes, 3 words.
Yep.
On that
Good
film.
job.
All right.
Yeah,
Now
there you
who?
go.
Okay. I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
You go, and I will fire this fucking briar up.
I
Yeah.
just have to say, though, I picked, you know
It's a raspy.
what? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wrong movie?
So I didn't hate this movie at all. I love this movie.
All right, man. I
Right.
can't believe I can't believe it.
No, I
Mark
think
this on your
everyone
calendars.
would love this movie. And anyone who doesn't like this movie is banished from my life anyways. Because I don't accept that.
They can fuck right off.
It's too good to not enjoy, so, you know.
Yeah.
I like that this... I thought it was an original idea. Like, you know, a documentary about vampires. That's pretty cool to me.
Sure.
So I didn't think it was, like, going to be cheesy or anything. I could kind of tell right off the bat that I was going to like that movie.
Right.
One of the things I did like about it, which is what I was talking about earlier, was that most vampire movies are like always trying to make like human vampire relationships work.
Right.
And with the exception of Stu, I like that this movie was just like, oh, like you're coming over so we can kill you.
Right. Yeah, it was just a given. There was
Yeah.
no trying to mitigate that sort of. They was just like, no, oh yeah, yum.
Yeah,
The
it's
only
really-
thing is Viago like trying to make their last moment special for them.
Yeah, interesting.
So I really like that. I love the characters a lot. I was already attached to them by the time the movie was over. And with that being said, I think this movie should be a TV series.
That'd be so rad.
I would
That would
watch
be
the
rad.
shit out of that TV series. And it would be funny because then they could do like anything and I don't think it would get stale.
Well, I think the improvisational nature of it too would help keep it sort of fresh because it would be a character piece, and you know what I mean. You'd be tuning in to see these characters week in, week out.
Exactly.
Whatever happened to them, it's not about the fact they're vampires anymore at that point. It's about the fact that these are characters that you love. That
You're
are
attached to
endearing.
them,
right?
right? Yeah. So that's about it. I just thought it was really funny, and there were good one-liners and good jokes all around, and I really do think that pretty much everyone would like this movie. Maybe not like really old seniors, but like
It might. Don't
I don't
mean,
know, just
no,
in case.
don't trigger me.
I could see my mom thinking it was totally stupid, even if she had
Yeah.
laughed through the whole thing.
Yeah,
I could see her
You're
totally.
like, oh, that
laughing
was
at that
dumb.
too, yeah, so.
I can see like anyone under like 45 really enjoying this, right? I don't know. Okay,
Don't be
so
ageist.
Yeah, don't
my
be ageist.
3 words, which are stolen from Cody, but since he didn't use them, I'm using them. Werewolves, not swearwolves.
There you go. All right, Chris,
Funny.
your turn.
All right. Yeah. I like this genre of
The mockumentary.
the mockumentary. Yeah, where
Me
you
too.
take something, you take like some gimmick like Delocated or any of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
These things.
anything from the Christopher Guest catalog,
Yeah.
who these guys must be big fans of, I have to imagine.
And then you give us what we want in the real world where you have these personal relationships between people, and then it's always funny because for some reason some outrageous aspect of the whole show is just overlooked. The guy wears a mask on his face, or these people are fucking werewolves or vampires, or like it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
It's like that where something ridiculous meeting totally serious, like real life, but something ridiculous is like accepted.
Yeah,
kind of.
we're all expected to accept it, and so it makes just everything that happens. And then they just go about their business. It's about vampires, about vampire lives from vampire perspective. So it's interesting. Yeah, a movie like this wouldn't, I don't think, have been made, any time but post the, what is that called? Real TV or reality?
Oh, reality television. Yeah.
Television.
No, it's very
era.
much sort of the. It's very now. It's very now feeling. Well, and even a lot of television has adopted kind of that almost cinema verite kind of look. I mean, like The Office, or what is it, Community, or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
Or these one camera shows that are they're not shot with like the 3 cameras in the traditional sitcom way, but it's like handheld.
For sure.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, and in that, and I guess in one, viewpoint, maybe that's kind of shooting fish in a barrel, because it seems like a really easy way to make comedy. But man, these guys are masters of it, and they go to town.
They're really good together.
They really, yeah. If you like any sort of improv, if you like any sort of comedy that's, a little off the wall and crude, this movie is really well done. And yeah, you get to see a lot of just on the fly stuff back and forth that seems very natural to them. I think. I thought it was really good. I thought I was laughing the whole fucking time. I thought it was just really witty, really smart, really dry at times, and also really just kind of gross and over the top sometimes. Firing in all comedy cylinders.
All cylinders.
Yeah. My 3 words. Real life vampires.
All right.
I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go with it.
Okay. All right. Me turn. Okay. So Yeah, I remember the trailer. I think Jason Land or somebody brought the trailer in for this a while back when it was released initially. So it was totally on, I think, all of our radars, sort of. But I know I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I think most of us didn't.
No.
Raul had seen it, but other than that, I think he might have been the only one. I don't know. Maybe Zeb.
Oh, well.
I don't know. But the point is that the trailer didn't get me down to the Ken to see it. I think Jermaine Clement is really cool. There was a very popular film at the Cinemarijuana Theatre called Gentlemen Broncos that he was in that was a lot of fun.
Great.
Mostly popular.
Hated that movie.
He's everything I've seen him in. I really like him. He almost looks like Nick Cave to me a little bit. Like Nick Cave is sort of more gaunt and serious looking, but he reminds me of Nick Cave. So when he plays these kind of serious, more deadpan sort of roles, like I buy it, and I don't know, it's endearing to me, partly because I think of Nick Cave, but also partly because he's very good and has and is able to make his characters endearing in that way. The other guys as well, the three of them, all of them, they're super likable, they're super fun. I was still thinking about this the next day. This is the kind of flick that is like the kind of comedy that, like, not only would I put like on repeat.
Yeah.
Like I have, there's certain movies that I can just, if I'm doing something, I can have on in the background and just watch over and over and over and over again. This would be one of those. Interestingly enough, Chris, you talk about it being crude. There is some of that, and maybe this is the sort of parts of my heritage that are more European, but honestly, this is the thing. I could see myself watching this a shitload as a kid.
Oh, sure.
I could see myself like catching this on HBO or Showtime as a kid and being like having it become one of my like regular Saturday night things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a lot of fun. It looks like they spent enough money on it. The costumes are good. The premise is believable. The jokes are not, worn out. This film was pretty fucking rad. That's my 3 words. Pretty fucking rad.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And I meant to talk about it, but
yeah, let's do it.
Have either of you seen Flight of the Conchords?
Yeah, I love that show.
A little bit. I don't love it as much. And I'm not saying that they're trying to do the same thing, but for me, it was a little close to the Tenacious D bone.
Oh, okay.
And I was sort of, I don't know. It was okay. I chuckled at it, but I didn't like it enough to keep watching it.
Right.
To seek it out and keep going.
Right.
But
But Chris loves it?
Yeah, I love that show. I watched all of it, however much there was. Yeah, too many dicks. Too many dicks on the dance floor.
I haven't seen any of it, but this movie kind of
great.
makes me like interested. Because isn't it the same 2 guys?
I know it's Jermaine. I don't know if it,
No,
I was wondering
it's-
that.
it's not the other guy?
I'll look it up right
The
now.
other guy's different,
Oh,
but he's
Let me
good.
see.
He's great too.
It's-
And they're both musicians from New Zealand and New York.
yeah.
And it is great.
Yeah.
The songs, you'll be singing the songs. The songs are going to get stuck in your head. A whole new thing's going to, it's great. They're fucking, I don't think they're really, I don't know. I watched all of it, and I wouldn't say they're biting on Tenacious D at all. They definitely do their own thing.
Well, I don't know. Just kind of this HBO show about this little acoustic band who does like kind of this stand-up acoustic kind of crossover stuff. I don't know.
Well, I think we're doing it before.
Brett
Tenacious D was
McKenzie. Sorry to cut you. I just want to say Brett McKenzie is the guy he does.
Britt. Hey, Britt.
Flight of the Conchords with. So okay, sorry. What were you saying?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Well,
Watch
that's
it.
good to know.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll revisit it now. If you want to watch it, you know what? I mean, I do like Jermaine, so maybe we'll go back and check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you guys had seen it. I just assumed.
Well, like I said, I've seen some of it, but not like I said, it didn't really super grab me. But maybe
better.
Maybe I'll run it up the flagpole one more time and see if it fucking flies. But yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff actually that's pretty cool and pretty funny.
Good show to watch while you're drinking or at a party.
Is
It's
it
easy.
because can you do like drinking games with it?
No, it's just
No,
easy to get, and they drink a lot, and there's
Oh,
a lot of funny
gotcha.
stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. Well, Bowls Deep or Dank Nugs, you want to tell us anything interesting about this film?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the hill where the vampires have a run-in with werewolves is the same hill filmed in Lord of the Rings, the
That's
Fellowship of the Ring.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
The one where they hid from the one where they hid
Oh my
under
God.
the trees where the Nazgul was
Totally.
coming after them.
You already talked about the Kickstarter, and that's how they got it to the United States.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have totally watched the werewolf spinoff.
Yeah, me too.
I think anybody that likes this film would have.
Yeah, because the werewolves were pretty funny.
I think maybe if they took it seriously for a minute, perhaps they tried to write it and didn't feel they had enough that they should go on.
Should have just done a show and where you see it just from each perspective. Like half the show is the werewolf.
You don't
half
think
the show is the vampires.
You don't think maybe though on some level like the werewolf characters might be a little more one-dimensional?
Well, if you
sort
write
of
them that way. I mean, sometimes in movies characters are one-dimensional, but then
well, I mean, it
shows you have a lot more time to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does depend on
make
how you
shit
write
up.
them.
And
I'm just saying, maybe from their perspective, I don't even know why they. So, was it something they actually considered doing, or was it just a rumor? Do we know? No. Okay. Oh well. Oh well. This is just wild.
Well, it's a rumor
No,
now.
it just says
Speculation.
there
You heard
was
it here
talk
first.
of.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there was
So
talk.
Heard it here.
there,
Well,
that's
that would
it.
be
Here last.
that would be interesting to find out. Yeah, why they decided against it?
Yeah.
Because the swearwolves were pretty funny.
Yeah, swearwolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, the werewolves,
That's
not
good.
swearwolves. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Do you want more?
That's a good record.
we get a little more dank.
You give us one more.
Okay.
One more nugget of dankness, and then we'll
All
get
right.
balls deep on this bitch.
Okay. Each of the characters are similar to a vampire from a famous vampire movie.
Oh right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nosferatu.
Yes.
fucking-
Well, yeah. Peter would have been like, Nosferatu, and I think it was
Yeah.
Viago was what Tom Cruise in Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Vladislav was Gary
Yeah.
Oldman in
Dracula.
Dracula, and Deacon was
Lost Boys, maybe.
no.
No, I guess it's too early for that.
Oh, I fucking forget now.
I don't know what
can't
vampire
think of
would have
it.
been. What is it, like World War II?
Nick is reminiscent of Edward from Twilight.
Oh, no wonder I can't draw the parallel.
Oh,
Yeah.
No shit. Oh, Nick is. Oh, I'm
no,
Twilight.
Nick is okay.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he is kind of moody, I guess.
Does
That's
he go
funny.
around telling everybody? Because he tells the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, he is kind of petulant, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, well,
who
that's it.
is Deacon supposed to be?
Deacon, you said it.
I did?
Yeah, and I just exited out of it.
Okay, no worries. Forget it.
Sorry.
Forget it. Okay. All right. Balls deep. So here's some questions we came up with. Were these guys really Twilights or were they Draculars?
Draculars.
I think they were Draculars too. I
Yeah.
gotta say.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh.
I vote for Twilight
Well, just pick
because.
one. Oh, Twilights? You think they were Twilights?
You think they were Twilights? But what about the fact that they didn't have a problem eating motherfuckers?
The one guy said I'm Twilight.
Well, he did say that.
But that doesn't necessarily.
And he was, if he was
is a
supposed to
vampire.
be like Twilight,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not because they don't care about hurting people.
Right. They're Draculars.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
Draculars. I
'Kay.
think. Okay, all right. Christopher Lee would be
It's
proud.
settled.
Okay, next question. Were the swearwolves not the smarter ones for eating Twilight's mate Stu?
Well, I think everyone should have just left Stu alone because that would have been funnier.
Everybody loved Stu.
Yeah.
Why doesn't somebody fucking bite his ass right off the bat? That way, everybody's got Stu for eternity,
Yeah.
and nobody has to worry about eating him anymore.
Because he's
Yeah.
a human. He's like,
Yeah, but
full
there was
human.
what was the disadvantage to being a vampire, though, in this film?
Yeah, well, maybe
Was
we should
there
move to
any?
that question.
Would you become a Twilight if you could,
Or a Dracula?
or a Dracula?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What's the downside?
Well, you have to see everyone you ever know die.
You can't go out in the sun.
Well, but you can
Yeah, you
also.
can't go out in the sun.
Okay, well,
That's a
hang
big
on,
one.
hang on, though, hang
Garlic.
on. What if you? Okay, number
You like
one. What if
spaghetti?
you?
Forget
What if
spaghetti.
you? What
You
if
can't
you?
look in a mirror.
Number one. What if you
yeah.
prefer nightlife? Okay. Number two. Number two. You may watch everyone you love and care about die, but also with the gift of immortality.
I could turn them into vampires.
Well, and beyond that, you could forge new relationships. So your existence
Blech.
would constantly be sharing these unique, different
Yeah.
experiences with a series of different people.
Such a good.
In fact, if you were immortal, wouldn't you eventually want the company to bite it at some point so you could move on?
That ends up
Do you
being a-
really want to fuck the same person
Right.
for 500 years?
Yeah, well, that really becomes a good argument for there
Twilights.
not being any Twilights. Because, once it started, wouldn't it just be like, okay, well, everybody's a Dracula now? You know?
Well, everybody would eventually be
I
one. I
mean,
would figure. Everybody would want to be one.
Oh, what we're human, but we live forever and we get magic.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a
feeding on blood.
downside. There's
And
got to
we
be a
don't have to
downside.
feel anything really except like
Yeah, dude.
vampire stuff.
See, I think the problem is that none of us here are familiar enough with the specifics of vampires in terms of, you know, the occult and its writings to be able to understand or articulate what there's got to be a shit side.
Well, yeah, there's like
It's
the
too good.
constant
We would all be
yearning
Twilights
for
because
blood.
why wouldn't you be one?
Well, there's the constant yearning for blood. Your body's
Yeah.
cold.
Okay, well, we have a constant yearning for food, and every woman in the fucking that works in an office can tell you she's fucking cold all goddamn day anyways.
Okay, well,
Oh, I really like dreaming, and I don't think vampires sleep.
Okay, but isn't that rad? Because you can just go do more shit instead of fucking dreaming about. You
don't
like
they-
dreaming
wait,
about
don't
you?
they
It's
sleep all
fucking
day?
horrible.
Don't they sleep all day?
Well, that's what
yeah,
I mean.
what do
Well,
they
but
do during
whenever
the
they
day?
sleep,
Oh.
you would instead of dream. Well, yeah, they kick it.
Don't they? Or do they just sit in there? Do they just lay in the coffin?
No,
don't
they,
know.
no, they probably sleep. They gotta sleep, right? I mean,
Oh.
I don't think so. Why would they need to sleep? Because they don't have normal like human things. Like humans need sleep
because they
for
gotta
like their
recharge
brain and
shit, yeah.
stuff.
Maybe they're just avoiding
Hmm.
the sun.
It
More
could
than
be, but
anything.
don't you think then that they could create themselves a layer that would permit them to move freely about their own home during daytime hours so that they could do their shit and not fucking worry about it? And then instead of just having to sit in a fucking coffin, are they all into meditation? Are they like sensory deprivation chambers?
Yeah, they're just meditating. That's how they get their magic powers. They're just fucking after
meditate.
1,000 years of living, they're like some sort of crazy Zen masters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, okay,
Yeah.
so until we find out what the fucking shitty side of being a fucking Twilight is, we would all totally be one.
Yeah.
So then they
Yeah.
should have just bit Stu.
Although,
Maybe-
can't you just live like almost a full life and then become a vampire? Like, all right,
Yes.
I'm 80, bite me,
I wouldn't want to do that.
let me feed from you.
I want to
In
be
fact-
turned when I'm young and hot.
Well, but
Well, there
I
is
think,
that.
but here's the thing: it's you get a bonus when you become a Dracula. You regain youth and virility. So even if you're old, you don't like. If you're old, you don't stay like decrepit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you turn into like a Peter Cushing looking motherfucker, right? Like distinguished and shit. So there is something to be said for that. But at the same time, I mean, if you wanted to be able to like woo people and fuck them as a Twilight, you might want to become one a little younger.
Like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
That might be a little young.
Oh, I thought, like that way you have the maximum time as a vampire to like, because you're just going to age slowly, right?
You wouldn't age at all. You would stay
Oh.
a child. In fact, I would
Wait,
imagine any
hold on.
Dracula that became one as a child would be pretty fucking.
I've
bitter
definitely
about
seen
it.
old vampires.
Well, no, because you became one when you're old, but you become younger and shit, right? I mean, you stay old, but you get shit back. You're not like enfeebled.
So what happens if you get bit when you're a baby?
Then
Dude,
you're,
you're a baby.
vampire
You're a vam baby.
You're a vam baby like for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You don't,
Yeah.
Do you turn back into like an ovary
You don't
No.
regress
for a little bit?
No, you just get super baby
heal.
strength,
Oh, okay.
and you can turn into a bat at a mist.
So you won't
And a
grow. You'll
dog.
be a baby vampire
dog.
for your entire
Yeah, that would be
Twilight
shitty.
ship.
Yes, that's why I'm saying anybody that was a baby, that was a child vampire, unless they had some really bizarre
They're
proclivities,
bummed.
would have to be would end up being fairly bitter that they were bitten when they were.
Because you can't even like get into bars and like drink and kill people.
Yeah,
You're
How
like
you
a
gonna-
stupid kid.
yeah.
Well, you could probably crawl on through the floorboards and come up like underneath like the AC vents or something.
You'd be a bunch of baby Hermans.
Does anyone watch Being Human, the remake?
No?
No.
Oh,
Or the
okay.
real one, or the
Or
first
the-
one,
or the- yeah.
unremake, the
Okay.
first make.
They turn
The
a
first
they
make.
turn a young boy into a vampire, and it's like really horrible.
Really?
Well, because he's a kid. Well, okay,
Yeah, he's fucking pissed.
that's a Twilight vampire though.
Well, Interview with a Vampire too. I was thinking they had that girl.
Oh, Kirsten
And
Dunst.
she's got to be like 10 or something. Right?
Yeah, and she's
So you probably
like-
want to be like
I don't know.
half her age. If you
I don't
wanna-
know.
wanna
Although, if they were smart, I imagine there's enough sexual predators in this world that a child,
Oh my
a
God.
child vampire might actually have it pretty easy
She'd
finding
probably
victims.
be making
and honestly, then
yeah.
you would have a moral justification to be like, "Hey, who the fuck am I killing here?"
Oh shit! We
Nobody
should just
bad.
do that. We should just make a law where all the Draculars have to be like prepubescent girls.
And work for the feds.
Well, maybe in guys too, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, people want.
And then they just go in undercover, like in churches and fucking target bathrooms.
work for the feds and
You know, that's where it's all going
roust
down,
them
dude.
out,
Target
bust them.
bathrooms. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, Draculars in society working together as one.
This is a great topic.
It is.
Yeah. So, what we do in the shadows.
Let's see. Wait. Let me look at these questions right here. I got 2 left. Who was your favorite?
Viago.
Peter.
Vladislav.
Nuh-uh, not Peter.
He was the funniest.
No way.
Just all eating people.
And our
It was funny the first time you see him and he's all just like looking to the side like with his big scary eyes and teeth.
Yeah.
The very first time you see him is the
he's
funniest.
scary.
He was pretty scary.
Yeah, and he hisses pretty scary too.
No, I think it was actually Jermaine, whatever his name is.
I definitely want to watch this
Vladislav.
movie again like soon.
Yeah. It was Cody's Blu-ray we watched, but we're probably gonna pick it up. I'd
Yeah.
like to get it myself.
We should.
One last question: are werewolves inherently weaker than Twilights or Draculars?
That's the age-old question, isn't it?
I think they are, though. I think
I think they are, too.
vampires got it where it counts. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
So-
what? Here comes a werewolf. Bang! I'm a miss,
Well,
bitch. What are you
okay,
gonna do?
and
What are you gonna do?
and like those universes that you guys are more aware of because obviously I only know like the Buffy and Twilight side of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And Vampire Diaries. Are werewolves like a werewolf bite fatal to humans or to vampires? I mean.
No.
Okay, see, in my universe, they like are
Oh.
in
Wow.
Vampire Diaries.
Oh, I see.
No.
Right.
No, because that's the thing. Draculars are already dead. So
All my monster knowledge is MASH based. So
well, yeah, I agree. Well,
I know they like to
I
dance.
know Mash or Hop. I know about the monster Hop,
yeah,
which is a crazy, and I know about the monster Shindig.
that's another one,
I'm pretty sure.
but I haven't really.
Yeah, the Midnight Monsters Hop. That's one that's good. Swinging Ball at Dracula Hall. That's a great one. I go to every year. Igor's Party. I go to that. It's ridiculous. Monsters love to throw down.
I know. Yeah, if there's one question that goes answered, it will be that monsters love to party. I mean,
Yeah, I think
that
if
should have
there's-
been my 3
If
words.
if there's one universal truth, I think we can happily admit that we've unearthed here. It's that monsters love to party, right?
They love it.
That's why we love them. Yeah.
Yep,
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we do in the shadows. Everybody loved it. Fucking see it.
I loved it.
It's the best.
Take that. It gets the fucking. Oh, not that one. It gets this.
Jesus,
The
that's loud.
seal of approval.
That was underwhelming.
Should I give it the standing O instead?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's more like it.
There we go. All right. For the Cinemarijuana Theatre, I'm Ed.
I'm Kenzie.
I'm Chris.
We'll be back next week with more bitch and awesomeness. So keep listening. Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah.